York artist, you forget about the hustle culture here and how different you are from the people in the other state that you're in. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's definitely. Wait, you're in New York right now, or?
No, I'm in
Oh
Florida,
yeah.
but
Oh man. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I look, you know what? I'm one of those that I built this podcast around being able to talk to other artists. This is kind of like an artist conversation
Mm, yeah.
podcast. And one thing I've definitely tried doing, especially out here, and I've talked about this before on the podcast, is try to be able to bring in local artists.
Mhm.
And South Florida is an absolute nightmare because I've tried really, really hard, and I have brought on South Florida artists, but
Mhm.
they're so flaky. They don't show up. They make up excuses. They can you redo the entire recording? And they tell me this 3 months later. I'm like, hey, you know, but when it comes to New York artists, especially when you're dealing with tattoo piercers, graffiti artists, comedians, you got musicians,
Yeah.
all sorts of artists,
Mhm.
there's this level of appreciation, right? It's like I'm not, everybody's trying to get famous. Okay, those are some people.
Mhm.
But there's something so amazing of being able to have two people that are both working really, really hard to survive, to continue their passions, to be able to be creative,
Right.
and to respect one another.
Mhm.
It's not a one way, it's a two-way, if that makes
Very
sense.
true. Very true. And just to add on to that, New York is, as you know, very crowded. And I think that
It is.
also that also helps with the connection that we form. Although everyone is very to themselves to a certain extent,
Yeah,
everyone, minds their
their own
business.
world.
Yeah, they're in their own world.
Yeah.
There's still that connection of being a New Yorker, being immersed in the hustle culture, being immersed in just the art all around us that makes us connected even though we're not talking to each other. And taking the subway is one of those things, but in states like like Florida, like Texas, everyone is in their
You gotta drive
yeah, you
everywhere.
got to drive everywhere. Everyone's in their own
I
car.
had to drive to get fucking Starbucks today in the morning 10
Oh
minutes.
man, yeah, New York, you could just
Yeah.
walk there, but
Just walk there.
just walk there,
Yeah.
see the beauty all around you, even though there's dog poop on the floor, you can still admire the
Trash, homeless
right?
people,
You can still admire,
urine stains everywhere. If it doesn't smell like urine, you're not in Brooklyn. I'm sorry.
that's the beauty of Brooklyn, the urine smell, the
Yeah.
piss, but
All
even in all
kinds.
that, you see the beauty all around you, the graffiti, you see the architecture, you see everything that's around
It's
you.
it's
Right,
incredible. And
right.
I'm okay, and also talking to even your own sense, right?
Hmm.
Because when you're dealing with tattooers and
Yeah.
piercers, it's a very hard profession, okay,
Yes.
in any place. Like for example, I got industrial piercing on my
Yeah.
ear, and I went to a celebrity piercer in Santa Barbara,
Hmm.
and it was like $140.
Oh.
You know, I didn't do that because I'm trying to go to a celebrity
Mhm.
piercer. I went to this guy because this man was a master of his fucking
Right.
craft. Like he put that thing in, and it's anybody that's aware, it's an extremely painful
Yes.
piercing, and it was fine. I had a little bit of pain for 3 months. It took 2 years to heal, but I'm fine.
Right. Right.
It was I I fucking love that shit because when I'm spending this kind of money to get pierced or to even get
Mm.
tattoos, it's still art.
Right.
Okay, I don't care. It's oh, well, you're putting a hole in somebody.
It's
It's still
art.
fucking
It's
art.
art regardless.
It's still art. Yes, and you have to be somebody that it's well, I'm gonna do this as as a job and be able to to bring in bank and shit. I'm gonna put piercers and tattoo artists and barbers, kind of the same thing in New York.
Hmm.
These are people that not only are they trying to make money, but they're also really passionate of what they're doing. If you're not,
Exactly.
you're gonna get chewed up,
Hmm.
right?
It
Chewed.
was I've seen it time and time again, believe me, that like apprentices come into the shop asking for an apprenticeship and they realize like they see the lifestyle of a tattoo artist or a piercer and they're like, I want that. not knowing the work you have to put into it, the passion that
Oh
has
my
to be
god.
backed up by that, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
And we
Yeah.
run through apprentices like nothing, like tissue. There. But yeah, that's just to add on to what you were saying about the passion.
No, and it's just I'm a podcaster and I am an
Hmm.
artist, but I'm also, in automotive school right
Yeah.
now, being able to give myself a career. And, you know, what's so bizarre is how far we have gone, right?
Hmm.
It's great to have a paycheck, okay? Like that's just a fact of life. You do need money in order to survive.
Yes.
But, from your own experience, like I'd love to hear from what you've had, like people around you that just work the 9 to 5.
Oh.
They're miserable. Miserable. And like, yeah, they're paying their rent. Yes, they're getting by, but there's no
There's no
they're
spark
not
in their
passionate to
eyes.
wake up in the morning.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. You have no idea. Like, okay, so starting off, I went to college for civil engineering, right? Didn't finish, thankfully. And and I say that because,
Civil engineering to tattoo and
you know,
piercing. I love
isn't
that.
a crazy segue, but I started off with civil engineering and I absolutely hated it. Yes, I'm great with math. Yes, I'm great with science, but I felt as though I only picked that for the financial gain, for lack of a better, explanation of it all.
Hmm.
And in the midst of it all, COVID was what allowed me to escape. So I was sitting there cheating on one of my tests, and I'm like, this is not something I want to do. I absolutely hate this. And if when I do get a job in this field, I'm not gonna be happy. Through and through, I knew I was an artist. I knew I wanted to do art. I just didn't know what aspect of art I wanted to do, what type of artist I wanted to be. And I'm gonna get into that later. So I started working different jobs. I was working at Amazon. I was working at Blink Fitness. I was a personal trainer. And I, yeah,
Ace.
throughout all of that, I saw people working their jobs, and hating it. I saw people with like dead eyes, just, bags under their eyes, just angry at the world, just, they just had no life in them. Just working a 9 to 5, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Right.
And even with, my parents, I hate to say it, my parents, they work jobs they're not passionate about. And like, I was like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to have a job that I don't enjoy, that doesn't speak to my soul, essentially. And with that being said, I like to say that tattooing found me. And I say that because how I got into it, funny enough, when I was at Blink Fitness, I used to work at the front desk and I would draw and I would get in trouble for it. I didn't care. But my coworkers saw my drawings and they were like, "Yo, you're pretty good. You should look into tattooing." And I'm like, I looked into how to get into tattooing. I got discouraged because people on Reddit were like, "Yeah, this is a hard industry to get into. You have to get an apprenticeship, and most tattoo
It
shops,
is.
it is, and most tattoo shops won't even take you." So I got discouraged, but then deep down, I was like, "Nah, like, don't just see it as a challenge that you have to overcome." So what I did, I bought fake skin, I made a portfolio, tattooed myself, and then I went to one shop in the Bronx that I really liked, and they denied me. They were like, "Nah, we're not looking for apprentices right now." Then I was
Of
like, "Yeah,
course. It's the
yeah, you
Bronx.
know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
So I was like, "Dang, that's just one off the list. It's all right. Just keep looking." So then I got fantastic, the shop I'm at right now. I went in, it was on Memorial Day. They were closed and I got discouraged again. I was like, dang, this is my only opportunity. But then I was like, you know what, just come another day. It's okay. Just because they were closed doesn't mean that you're rejected. So then I came another day. All the artists were outside. So I went up to one particular artist, E.T., bless ET. I still love ET. Still tattooing. And
I still have no idea who's the one that tattooed me, but
oh
yeah.
man,
Uh,
we got to talk about that. We got wait, the one that tattooed you when you came in. That was Flav.
mhm.
That was Flav. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Super dope. Super dope guy.
You gotta say like a New Yorker.
Yeah,
You gotta say
Flav.
Flav.
I gotta add the
Flav.
raps to the board, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But yeah, I got no,
Sorry.
you're good, you're good. Um, then I showed them my portfolio. What stood out to them was my grit, the fact that I tattooed myself and I went out to buy the fake skin. Because usually people just going with art portfolios on paper. And they were like, yo, you went to get fake skin and you tattooed yourself? Yeah. All right, we're gonna take you in. Took me in. I worked for free for 6 months, breaking down stations, setting up stations, going on store runs, going to Unimax. Unimax is the tattoo supply store, tattoo and piercing supply store. I used to go on runs for them. I was like the pig, the guinea pig of the group. You know, they were sending me on little runs. You know,
Yeah.
but
I was the delivery boy in
yeah,
high school, so we're gonna
you
leave it
know
at
how it
that. If you
goes.
know what that
Yeah,
means, yeah. Yeah.
definitely. So you know
Mm,
how that goes. You know, so
of
um,
course.
but I didn't get discouraged and all that because I still had the end goal in mind, you know, and I really wanted to get
Yeah.
into the industry and all of that. I was like, you know, when I finally got my license and I started tattooing, I was like, you know, despite everything that I've been through in this industry, because I hate to say the tattoo industry is pretty, it's filled with a lot of douchebags, and you have to, and think that's very necessary because I see tattooing as a sacred art. It's a ritual. It's something that,
Hmm.
you know, you have to connect with your client. You have to understand what the tattoo means to them. You have to convey that tattoo in a way that is permanent. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to take an abstract
Yeah, it
design and make it permanent on the skin.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's it's strange because, we both can relate to this,
Mhm.
right? New York is very famous for this,
Mhm.
but throughout the 70s, 80s, and
Yeah.
90s, tattoo parlors were, it
Yeah.
was the punk, it
Uh-huh.
was the alternative, the military guys that are getting that pimp,
Right.
tattooed on their shoulder. It was very stereotypical of the time.
Mhm.
There was really no like, but now it's completely different. It's
Yes.
like you get all kinds of people walking in there.
Mhm.
Sometimes you get that lady from the Upper West Side with the little Yorkie in the bag, and you're like, "Lady, you sure you want a tattoo?"
Right, exactly. And
Right?
it only became legal in New York in 1997. That's literally so recent, you know what I'm saying? So it was
Yeah,
underground for so long. So yeah, like
it's
it's
changed.
definitely changed. It went from only sailors and, you know, criminals to people that have a 9 to 5, like neurosurgeons getting tattoos, like they're full of tattoos, you know, people with
Yeah,
quote unquote
I
respectable
yeah, yeah,
careers,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's Yeah, you know what okay, this is something that I'm curious about you because
Mhm.
you're definitely a hustle and a hard worker. And I mean, obviously for most people when you start doing a career path,
Mhm.
with supposedly getting an education and like a lot of the times most people do that stuff just to be able to make
Yeah,
money and
yeah,
then be able to kind of like get yourself into a position where you can do something that you love and be
yeah.
creative even though it's extremely difficult.
Mhm.
What's wild to me is because I had this issue too of where like you pick up your bags and you're like, fuck this, I'm leaving.
Mhm.
And then you just move to
Yeah.
another state, you go there for a couple of years, and then you're like, hang on a minute.
Mhm.
Where's my New York pizza? Why hasn't it somebody said fuck you to
You
me in like
know,
3 days?
where's the profanity?
I need somebody to call me a
You
cocksucker,
know,
all right? I'm
something.
gay. Like, please.
You know, like funny enough, I actually did move to Texas. I really did enjoy it. The food was ass though. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna lie. The food was very ass. But I enjoyed the ambiance of it. I enjoyed the how slow everything was because I've lived in New York for basically my whole life. I was born in Ghana but came to New York when I was super young, 1 years old, 1 year old. So
You were raised in New York City, or you were raised outside?
I was raised
Outside.
in New York City. Born in Ghana, raised in New
Oh
York City.
wow.
Yeah. So, um, I-
Damn. I don't feel like I was born and raised in Rockland
oh
County.
wow. So
So
New
yeah.
Yorker through and through. Like so,
Hmm.
like
Through and through.
it's yeah. When you've been raised in New York, went to school in New York, been surrounded by New Yorkers, when you go to a different state, you stand out unintentionally, and
Like a fucking
it's
sore thumb.
crazy. Like people
Crazy.
can tell just by the way you walk. They can tell by the things you buy in the store, like what you gravitate towards. They can tell by the little things, and it's super interesting because I had a
It
motorcycle
is.
out there, and I was on my motorcycle, and some guy came up to me. He was like, "You from New York, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, how did you know?" He's like, "I'm a New Yorker, and I lived in Flatbush, and I could tell you were a New Yorker." I'm like,
You drive like a New
"How did like?"
Yorker. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I have a convertible Mustang,
Oh
but when I
man.
drive it, my classmates know immediately it's me because they're like, "What dumbass New Yorker buys a convertible Mustang that's like 14 years old?" I'm like,
Oh
"I'm trying to live
man.
the life."
But I feel like New Yorkers are the best drivers. Hey, we're
Oh
we're better
yeah,
drivers.
I've driven in LA. I've driven in. Listen, I've driven Park Avenue.
Uh-huh.
Okay, from the beginning all the way to the end. All
Oh.
right,
Oh
I'm
man.
already
Right?
intermediate. Okay, I'm intermediate. I've done it.
You've done it. You
Done it.
survived. You've survived. Good thing.
Ocean Parkway. Come
Oh
on,
yeah.
come on.
Jackie
I could run
Robinson.
circles around Ocean Parkway.
The Jackie Robinson is a
Yeah.
whole nother beast. Once you drive that, you're an expert.
Rush
Yeah.
hour.
I don't
Rush
know.
hour. I warn you. Anybody that ever goes out of New York, you go there during rush hour.
Mm-hmm. Man.
And then when it starts to pick up, if your car is slow,
Yeah. Don't even drive the Jackie Robinson if your car is
no,
slow.
no, no,
Don't do
no,
it.
no, 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 no. There's a lot of better
But
ways of doing it.
yes, just take the long route. It's okay. You
Yes,
you
please.
but definitely like you stand out, and I think it's great. It's a good thing and a bad thing. I feel like it's good because you attract people with similar mindsets, people that have that hustle culture, people that are on the same
Yeah,
frequency. But it's a bad thing also because people automatically just start, I guess you could say, stereotyping you and start labeling you as aggressive before you even open your mouth. They just have that preconceived notion about New Yorkers that they're just like, I don't even want to deal with you. And I've had more of the
yeah,
positive
but
aspect versus the negative, but yeah.
yeah. The thing though is, and again, I'm not trying to prioritize more than
Hmm.
anything else, but the fact is that when you have an artist, specifically like yourself, like a
Yeah.
tattooer or a
Yeah.
piercer, that is able to build somewhat of a foundation in New York,
Hmm.
and then being able to like push yourself out into other places, like again, respect to the tattoo artist in Texas,
Hmm.
but you're dealing with somebody that's willing to work way harder than you for a lot
Exactly.
less.
Exactly.
So you're not even really in their level of competition because you can run circles around these people.
Exactly that. Like when I was out there, literally, okay, so at first I didn't want to get into tattooing when I was out in Texas. I don't know why, but I just wanted to branch off because I feel like I was in a different state. I gotta see and experience new things. I gotta go branch off into a new job. I wanted to get into the tech space out there. Because I also do code on the side. So I was like, let me get into the tech space. But then tattooing kept calling me,
Dreams.
I try, it's the New York in me. But then like tattooing just kept calling me. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. Let me just get back into tattooing. So that hustle culture in me, I drove out. miles and miles to go to different shops to see if they had openings, to see if they had a job out there. The first shop I went to, they were completely full, but then they said, you know what? Go out to Irving. I have a friend out there. He has a tattoo shop. He's looking for a piercer, actually, not necessarily a tattoo artist. So I was like, you know what? Let me do it. Why not? So went out there, got the job. And being fully transparent, I struggled out there for a little bit because, I wasn't finding work until I got into the tattoo industry again. And I was like, dang, my savings is going down. How am I gonna pay rent? It was my brother and I out there. How am I gonna pay rent? How am I gonna do this? And the hustle in me still was able to make rent. Just not even off of tattoos, piercings alone. Only piercings I was making rent. So I was like, you know what?
That's 14-hour
It's you
days,
know what I'm
ladies
saying?
and gentlemen.
So, and even before I got to the tattoo shop, in my apartment complex, I was handing out business cards. Hey, I'm a tattoo artist. I pierce as well. If you want a tattoo, you know where to reach me. I live in this apartment building. I could come to you. You could come to me. You know, still trying to make it. Still trying to make it. So, like you said, that grit that I grew up with, being a New Yorker, being out here, and being a creative where, the money isn't consistent, it puts a different battery in your back to where you're like, okay, I have to turn my passions into money. How do I do that? And what I've learned for myself is that even though it did work in the past, I can't force my creativity upon people. It has to come to me. And people are
Yeah.
drawn to you just by your state of being, by your creation. So when I don't have clients, I still make art. I still paint. I still draw. I still create. I'm a videographer. I edit videos as well. So I'll create videos. I'll do this. I'll do that. And then magically, clients flow in. Magically, the money flows in. So it's not even about you having to work twice as hard. It's just your state of being that attracts people to you. And that's what I find magical about being a creative, you know. That's just by the way. But yeah.
I sorry, my phone
No,
and
you're
everything
good.
is
You're
going off.
good.
I'm trying to turn all the it's crazy. No, I it's hard, right?
Mhm.
Because, for some people they say that it's
Yeah,
impossible,
yeah.
or it's too difficult.
Mhm.
And the truth is every single artist figures out different ways of being able to survive. That's kind of the idea of being able to hustle.
Yes.
You know, for example, for me, I found that I love
Yes.
cars. I love
Mhm.
electronics. I'm one of those type of people.
Mhm.
And I invested my time putting myself into automotive
Mhm.
school
I would
and
love to hear
being in the
more about
BMW
that. I'm
program.
sorry to cut you off, but I'd love
Yeah,
to hear more about
no,
that.
no, it's okay. So and I've been thinking about relocating because, truth be told, like I moved down here after the pandemic. My dad was one of those that unfortunately died during the first wave
Sorry, my
in New
condolences.
York. So thank you. So, like I'm one of those New Yorkers. Yeah, I didn't experience 9/11, but I experienced the pandemic in New
Yeah,
York in
yeah,
2020. And let
yeah.
me tell you, it was straight out of apocalypse.
Mhm.
It was like, and my mom just didn't want to live there anymore, so we
Oh,
left.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I've been struggling here horribly.
Mhm.
And I finally last year I decided I'm gonna put myself back into school.
Mhm.
And I said to myself, I'm not putting myself back into school to do something I don't want to fucking do.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
I, being able to even doing construction or architecture or working on cars, like to me that's still art.
Yeah.
I get to have a different experience. I get this X1 that comes in here and I'm like, all right, motherfucker,
Yeah,
what's
right.
going on with you? Why do you have so many Christmas lights going on? All right, let's figure out this.
Mhm.
I That's what fueled me.
Yeah, yeah.
And even through all of this, I've still figured out a way of still doing podcasting. I've still figured out ways of, for example, like going out and still seeing friends while I'm in school,
Mhm.
still bringing out artists. you never stop. That's the
Exactly.
thing. You're not doing this always just for money. You're doing this because you want to build something for yourself. Because
Exactly.
you could
Yes.
have given up in that 6 months.
Yes.
Like you said, well, I'm doing this for free.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck. But you don't because you know what the end goal is.
Exactly. And I love how you tied it in. Like, I see art in everything. Art is in everything. Like you said, in the automotive industry, it's not just fixing cars, it's not just car parts. You're piecing together parts to make them work.
Yeah.
Just like coding
Yeah.
is an art, you know, videography is an art. Everything is an art, but it's in how you view the world, it's in how you view things. But people that see it as just another job, they're gonna just see it as just another job. But when you notice that you are also a creative, you are also being a creator, that's when the magic comes in. And that's when you turn it into just a job into something that you're passionate in. And people can feel it. I've had people time and time again tell me, look, your energy, the reason why I keep coming back to you, the reason why I was drawn to your artwork is because of your passion. And I barely even show my face. I don't show my face on my page. You can go on my page. I don't I show my face on my stories, but on my page itself, people don't really know what I look like. But they can feel the energy, they can feel the passion behind the art. I don't just say, okay, you want this tattoo? All right, let's just do it, knock it out, whatever. I question, what does this tattoo mean to you? What does this mean? What does that mean? Okay. And then I ask them about their story. They talk to me. I talk to them. That's where, the love comes in, the passion comes in, and people feel
Yeah.
it. And it's a universal language. Love is a universal language. People can feel it through the screens, through the phone screen.
We
And
we we li- we literally had that
yeah,
experience
exactly.
because I have originally I have a tattoo with two arms represent because my parents were
Yeah,
interracial,
yeah.
and I was gonna have like a sun and the moon on the other
Hmm.
side, but that sun idea ended up on my leg.
Hmm.
So I came up to you and I was like, I've been having this idea of getting Quetzalcoatl, which
Yeah.
is basically like this god in
Oh,
Aztec and
yeah,
Mayan
yeah.
culture that came down from the skies, and it's like this bizarre thing, and it's like to me it's like, hey, wait a minute,
Hmm.
like who is the best person to represent something like this or to understand this? And like I immediately put two together. I'm like, I should show you this.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't, and you're right, it's like an energy or something where like you don't need to necessarily see your face or like know you since the age of 8.
Mhm.
It's like something about that energy is like, I think this person might understand why I would
Exactly.
literally get a god that's like from 3,000-year-old like stone
Right.
tablets tattooed on skin.
Yes, yes. It's like, and it transcends it transcends language, it transcends religion, it transcends everything. Like, one thing, I grew up religious, and my parents are still religious, you
Same.
know. Yeah, we had
Yeah.
that conversation. And even though
I was raised Jewish. I don't know about
I
you.
was raised Christian. I still identify as Christian, but the church I'm in is more spiritual than it is Christian. So
Okay.
that's what drew me into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything,
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into that. That's a whole subject in and of itself, man.
I know, because Shay was like showing me
It's
like the, the Jehovah on one
yeah,
hand, and I
yeah.
was like, wait, Shane, like I think you should ask permission before you start pulling
Right.
somebody's sleeves up.
That's also what drew us together as well. But I I see every religion. I don't necessarily think religion is a bad thing. People need religion. Certain people need religion because they need that structure, right? But I never felt like the structure spoke to me. And for me personally, how I live my life, I'm very airy. I flow with life. I don't restrict life. And religion felt very restrictive in that sense. Again,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. People need that. Some people need that. But for me, if you if you label God, if you label the Father, the Creator, the Source, if you say He's so big, why do you put him in such a box? You know, why do you say that he can't, why do you say that, but like the zodiacs is demonic? Why do you say that tarot cards is demonic, crystals are demonic? He created all of it, right? Why do you say
Yeah.
that it's bad? Why do you say that he's not in that, right? There's two sides of a coin, heads and tails. Just like there's two sides to everything. There's the dark, there's the light, there's the this, there's the that. There's polarity. So when I started questioning things, I was like, I don't want to be in this religious box. I want to see creation and the creator for what it actually is. And once I started opening my mind up to that, just things started flowing. It started flowing. It started flowing. My artistic ability just expanded. My ability to communicate with everyone expanded. How I relate to people expanded. And I again, that's how I'm able to connect with so many different people of different backgrounds. It's not just about one person being right, another person being wrong. It's about their story and how they got to that point in their life and how you can connect with them
Yeah.
in that sense, in that very moment, in that very time. And that's the
Yeah.
beauty of
Yeah.
life in general. Just, that's the beauty of it all.
Damn.
Mhm.
It is. I I think we touched on this earlier.
Mhm.
The fact that there is something about especially people from New York that
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
and then in many cases come
Yeah.
back. And that could apply to a lot of different places.
Mhm.
It's not New York unique to New York in specific.
Right.
There's something about being here in this country. Like, there's tons of different religions, there's tons of different immigrants,
Yes,
there's
yes.
tons of people from all walks of life all over the place.
Mhm.
And you're able to step foot into a whole different community, a whole different environment, and then still figure out different ways of surviving
Mhm.
and still keeping that creativity flowing, even though you're not totally in that
Right,
headspace.
right.
The thing about it, it's all about mindset, right? If
Yes.
I I'm very much under this same notation too. Like when I came out, I told Shane and I told Jude, I said, "Hey, I'm not on any schedule."
Mhm.
They're like, "What do you want to do?" I'm like, "I don't care."
Yeah.
Like flow, we're like on the subway. Like, oh my god, it's taking too forever. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind taking an hour and a half subway ride. They're like,
Mhm.
are you I'm like, I don't care. I don't care.
Yes.
Like, I'm here to live in the moment and enjoy things as much as possible. Like,
Mhm.
even if it doesn't go exactly how you plan it, even though it's not the way that you structured it, like you said, you want to call it God, you want to call it universe, you want to whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
There's a way of how things work, and there's a way that things flow, and having everything work the way exactly you want it to work it
Mhm.
sounds like an episode straight out of Sex and the City.
You're right. Like, I definitely just piggybacking off of what you said. Going with the flow makes life way easier. I promise you. It makes it way
It
easier.
does.
Like, you just let go. And then, like, people are so, I think that's also another thing about New York. You want to be on a schedule all the time. The train is coming in 4 minutes. All right, I gotta run to the train station and make it so I can get to this place on this at this time and then this. But
You can't.
you can't. Sometimes you gotta wait an extra 4 minutes. Maybe you gotta wait an extra 10 minutes if you're waiting for the L train. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
people complain, and you know
yeah.
what? I live in a place where I have to drive everywhere,
Mhm.
and like I think New Yorkers kind of have to like a little bit appreciate. Like I get it, the subway kind of sucks
Yeah.
sometimes,
Sometimes.
but being able to have like the Metro North,
Mhm.
be able to have the New Jersey public transit, be able to have the MTA, like
Mhm.
have all of these, it allows you for like a split moment before you go to work or before you're hustling, like
Mhm.
to put on some music and then maybe interact with people on train.
Exactly.
Like, trust me, people will interact with you on the
They
train. I
will.
promise you, they will. especially if you're like an artist or whatever, and they're
Uh-huh.
like, "Damn, that's a really cool outfit." You're like, "Where'd you get that?" And
Right,
I'm like,
right.
"Oh, right." It always
You
happens. I promise you.
always like, especially if you're open
You
and they
have
could
to be
tell you're
thankful for
open.
these
Yes,
things.
yes.
Yes.
It's so true. You have no idea how many conversations I've had with so many people just because, they see me drawing on my iPad or drawing on my sketchbook or just being on my phone, they see my tattoos. Who did your tattoo? Oh, I'm actually a tattoo artist. I did most of my tattoos myself. You know, Open up the conversation. Oh, I want to do this tattoo. What's your Instagram? I'll come see you. That like life is all about interacting with everyone because everyone, believe it or not, we're all the same. We're all one. Like we're all connected, and just having conversations with people proves that we're all connected. Sometimes you'll be like, "Oh, I went to this school. Oh, shoot, I went to that school. Oh, I know this person. I know this person."
Mhm.
Like life, the world is so small yet so big. And once you find that human connection within that, you're able to see the nuances that connect you to everybody and everything. And yeah,
Yeah.
New York being New York, it's like
Um,
you can experience that time and time again.
you really
Yeah.
can. How do you, I'm actually because we didn't talk about this.
hmm
So, how did you get back to New York? Like I
F
know you were in Texas and stuff, and I was just like,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because I'm kind of going through this right now. You
Uh,
already went through this. I was just like,
all right.
all right, let's spill some tea over here. Let's find out.
Funny enough, I came back to New York for a specific program actually to all right, so the program I was in was Europe, and that's where I learned more about web developing and coding. So I wanted to expand my skills a little bit. So I stayed in Texas. They had the program out in Dallas as well, but I unfortunately didn't get accepted into the Dallas program, but I got accepted into the New York program, which is funny. I think it's
Of
I
course.
think it's because they saw that I lived in New York the majority of my life. They're like, you know what, let's just accept you here. So then my brother and I were like, should we move back? And we're like, you know what, let's just go. So we moved back and finished the program just to have more skills in our belts because I'm about expanding. I love adding new tools, new skills to my arsenal. So whether that be through moving or just experiencing new states, new art forms, I love expanding and trying new things out. So I was like, why not?
Yeah.
Let's just move back to New York, you know, just do it, because funny enough, we actually drove to Texas 24 hours straight. And we were like, dang, we gotta pack everything and then drive 24 hours back.
Yeah, yeah, people like I'm being serious.
hmm
If you understand what it is to move back to the city
Oh,
with a moving truck, like even the
oh my
Bronx, all right? I'm
gosh.
just it's insane because you gotta like park it there, and then sometimes you got that police officer that's lazy
Yeah,
as shit, and he's like, "Hey, you gotta move," and I'm like, "Do you not see that I'm
I'm
moving into an
moving.
apartment right now?"
Like, hello, U-Haul is right on the truck.
Yeah, like I'm not here permanent, you know. But yeah, oh my
It's
god,
no
I
easy feat
that's just no, it's not.
at all. And we
It's not.
moved, we stayed in Harlem actually. So we moved. I've been everywhere, no lie, everywhere. So lived in
The reason
Brooklyn.
I say that because Harlem is so stupid
Oh
expensive
man,
these days.
it's crazy.
So stupid
Oh
expensive.
man, it's so worth it though. If I'm gonna be
It
honest,
is.
like everything it's so beautiful there. It's a whole different world. And if I could go back, I'm currently in Brooklyn, in East New York to be specific, but Harlem is just such a beautiful, beautiful city. Is it a city or just part of it's
Uh,
in Manhattan, but
Part of Manhattan.
it's
Yeah,
kind of its own city though. It has its own heartbeat. Like the jazz
it
clubs, the
does.
art out there, like the food, it's so beautiful. I would live there again, but I do plan on moving back to Texas. So man, Harlem, I love
Mm.
it.
I I kind of feel the same way. Like if I ever did move back, like I would definitely go to the Bronx
Really?
for like
Why is that?
yeah. Reason be I like Pelham Parkway and Morris Park. I like
Yeah.
the South Bronx. Like I don't know. I'm the type of person where I like New York, but
Mhm.
I also like to be in a place that's like surrounded by immigrants.
Yeah.
And you kind of it's kind of like, middle class, kind
Yeah.
of like blue collar
I
s.
definitely get that.
And then if I want to go if I want to go to Brooklyn,
Nah.
it's a trek. You know what I mean? It's a trek. I don't have to like to be honest, like I would never live in
Yeah,
Brooklyn. Like
Brooklyn
I would go there for
for what really? The
honestly,
food?
Bronx is a
Eh,
food's pretty good in Brooklyn.
That sound a little
But
hesitant. I don't.
I mean, look, like to be honest, like you get to live in the Bronx, you
Mhm.
get like almost 700 square feet, one
Oh
bedroom, one bath,
yeah.
proper kitchen, proper living room for
Yeah.
$1,700, and you're
You
right next to
can't
the
beat that.
2 and the 5
You
train.
can't beat that.
You're bus ride away from Metro North, like
You cannot beat that. And I lived in the Bronx very
yeah.
briefly. I forget which area. It was more towards I would say kind of close to Pelham Parkway. Um
Is it going towards the East River or is it going towards the Hudson?
I can't even tell you. It was by the D train. Even forget the stop, but
Okay, so that is already at like the very bottom of the Bronx.
by
That would
Yankee
probably
Stadium,
be
around the Yankee
oh
Stadium.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. That's kind of like Kingsbridge,
Kingsbridge.
Riverdale area.
Yes, Riverdale. Yes, that area. I lived there. It was a nice vibe. I'm not gonna lie. But Harlem still calling my name, but the Bronx is very beautiful too. I can definitely attest to that. Um, Compared to Brooklyn is very it's mm, it lost its soul, I would say.
Yeah.
It lost its soul.
Yeah, you know what? You know what though, like thing that you kind of have to like and it's something I even have to realize
Mhm.
as well, right?
Yeah.
Where you can be in a place New York is not the like Chicago is also the same thing, so like you can come in there
Mhm.
and it will chew you up
Oh
alive. Like
yeah.
I'm not trying to be cocky, but one thing that's kind of my advantage,
Mhm.
I'm from upstate.
Yeah.
I'm in a BMW program.
Right.
I love electronics and electrical and I want to get a master's.
Mm.
You think I'm going to be struggling in New York
Oh yeah.
City?
Definitely not.
No. I'm going to be
That's gonna
fine.
be your playground.
But
New York will
yeah,
be your
like I get
playground.
to go out on the weekends and do shit. Like I have a car ready so I can also afford indoor parking. It's not that
Exactly.
big of a
You
deal.
know?
And I feel bad saying this because, like, you get like, I obviously the people who be listening to this are like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
he's one of those. He's a yuppie. He's like coming here and like part of the gentrification." I'm like,
Nah.
I'm just trying to survive like everybody else. Like the same with you. Like, I
Exactly.
know you want to move back to Texas, which is totally fine, and like probably get that same shit over there. It's like, oh my god, another New Yorker
Yeah.
coming back
Uh,
here. It's, and you'll be fine out there. You've already built enough skills and a career
mhm.
at this point. Like you can live pretty much anywhere in the country.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
actually thinking about going back to school, but I'm debating on what I should major in. I'm kind of thinking of majoring in mathematics, but I still have to do more research on it. But mathematics has been calling me. Funny enough, my dad is actually a math major, so I guess it's a genetic thing. But yeah, like you have to like life is all about building yourself, expanding, like I said before. Once you can do that, like the world is literally your oyster. It's like you can do anything. And you've done it yourself. You're doing it right now. You're expanding yourself, you're expanding your skills, doing what you love, just so you can do more with that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people will
yeah,
be mad at you. Hey, I'm sorry, I built my skills and I'm coming back to New York to, live it up. But hey, I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's the same way where you got called out to New York for that program.
yeah.
It's where it's understanding is I want to be the most successful. I want to do podcasting. I still want to be an artist. And
Yeah,
to me, that's still, pursuing some type of artistic passion where eventually I can maybe even work on vintage and retro European vehicles.
exactly.
But why should I like put myself in the box of where like limiting myself? Where obviously there was a strike earlier this year. They're
Yeah.
desperate for technicians. They pay a lot more.
Mhm.
I have a better chance of getting my master's and then
True.
really be able to perfect my skills so that I can go anywhere.
Anywhere.
It's anywhere. It's like don't limit yourself. Like like especially you get this with comedians and actors and
Mhm.
musicians sometimes. Like they get this thing in their head of like, yo, I'm in my community, I'm like chilling, but I gotta like move out and like get land and whatever. Like
Yeah.
first build yourself an establishment. Give
Yes.
yourself something that where you could say, I can be independent. I can have my own freedom.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like life doesn't come freaking easy. I
I,
don't know like what the mentality is these days. Like I'm sorry being one of those old
no, it's
geezers these
true. It's
days.
very true.
It's like life is supposed to suck a little bit sometimes and it's
Mhm. That's
okay.
what pushes you to do more. And one thing that I've noticed that it sucks, but a lot of artists, a lot of creatives hate the idea of furthering their education. And when I say that, I don't mean college. I don't mean necessarily just,
Hone your
yeah, you
skills,
got to hone
perfect
your
your
skills. You know what
skills.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes furthering your education is taking that art class. It's going to that art symposium for tattoo artists to learn how to do color, to learn how to do realism, to learn how to, do lettering. You don't just stay
Yeah.
in your bubble. You
Same
have
here.
to interact with other people, furthering. Ah, that's an awesome. That
So
is awesome.
this is a great example to your point,
Mhm.
which is I had an artist.
Mhm.
She was from Germany. She lives out in here in Florida. She moved.
Mhm.
But she perfected her skills where she knows how to do lettering and she knows how to do coloring. And originally, this was a blue color.
Mm.
She told me that I'm going to do this color because I originally wanted a greenish color.
Yeah.
She's like, she says, we're going to do this because I know that eventually, once it starts to fade and heal, it's
Mhm.
going to be that shade.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking at this lady like she's, it was like $400. I gave her a tip, like very respectful, very good. And now, like 2 years later, I
Mhm.
could clearly see exactly what she was
What she
talking
was
about.
talking
To your
about.
point, it's like she honed her skill. She learned how to do watercolor. She learned how to understand color theory.
Mhm.
She understood that, the way of being able to get the shading. Did she stay in one spot and just continued hustling it? No,
No.
she learned her skills so she can be able to do things like that.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. Like people think that
you,
being
you
a
can't
creative.
get that.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
No, you can't get that if you just stay in the same fucking place.
True.
That's like literally what we're both saying.
Literally, it's in like a lot of artists fall into that trap because, especially with tattooing, they think that a lot of artists are like, dang, I hate this shop because, you know, the owners are this way and that way. Oh, I don't want to work with other artists because they critique my work. You need the critique to get better. You need other people around you to pick their brains to see, okay, maybe I could do it this way, maybe I could do it that way. It's not just about being by yourself. And like that's with any profession. You need to be around like-minded individuals so that you can grow with them. Maybe you're not going to grow with them.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to grow past them. Maybe you're going to grow from them. You just have to find what it is that how you're gonna grow. You just have to figure out how it is you're gonna grow, and then that's where the magic happens. A lot of people, a lot of creatives, I mostly see this with creatives. They just want to be by themselves so that they can keep all the money to themselves. They just want to, be the only artist that does this, that does that. But what they don't realize is that they're hindering their growth with that, and you start to see it in their work. You start to see that their work starts to taper off, starts to dwindle, because they don't have that person that's next to them to critique them, to push them even further. And yeah, that's just the reality of it all. And I'm very grateful
Y-
to be in a
It's
space
sad.
where, yeah, it's very sad. I'm very grateful to be in a space where I have artists who actually love what they do and that can critique my work and that can push me to be better than what I am right now. So, yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about this earlier.
Mm.
You had some tea about Flav, didn't you?
No, not necessarily. He's a very dope artist. He's Flav.
He
Yeah,
is.
he's super dope. He's very fast too. Like I'll give him that. He's fast and he's good. And like he earned his spot. Zero too. I don't know if you've met Zero. He wasn't at the shop when we were there. Zero.
I don't think so because I was there on a Saturday.
Yeah, oh yeah, he wasn't there. It's so I work with Flav, Zero, Ruben, and Lissa, Lady Laz, and my mentor as well, Castle, he's in Georgia right now. Just wanted to do a shameless plug. But all of them,
Of
they
course.
push me, they push me. Honorable mention P and Fish, the owners of the shop, you know. But like being in that space with all of them, I see their different art style and I appreciate it and I learn from it. And all of them, they're all amazing artists. All amazing artists, I can definitely say.
Yeah, one thing that's really cool was like he I don't know if there's like like stereotypes within the tattoo world. There probably is. He's one of those tattoo artists
Mhm.
where he gets so focused
Yes.
that he like zones out completely.
Yes, 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 yes.
Like hey, hey,
Mm-hmm.
hello, hello. Like nothing.
Yep.
Um, I okay, like for a New Yorker, that's pretty incredible skill
Yeah.
to have. Like I can just like picture this guy around a train.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Flav,
In his
train
own
is here.
world.
Flav, train is here.
It's funny, like we would have to
See,
call his name. Like we're right next to him and we have to call his name, no lie, 7 to 10 times to get his attention. And it gets progressively louder each time because he's so in the zone, even on his phone, when he's playing on his Switch, Nintendo Switch, he's so in the zone and it's very
how
impressive.
did I know he plays
He
Switch? How
him, they all do actually. If I'm not mistaken, Ruben does too, but Flav and Zero, they all have that in common. They're all into anime, they're all into, video games.
did
They're all
Oh my god, they're a bunch of nerds and geeks.
literally
There was a guy, I don't know why, he looked very familiar. He was sitting in the white chair at the entrance. He has like I think his eyelids are
Yes,
tattooed.
that's Fish. That's Fish. He's one of the owners.
That's
Yeah.
Where is he from originally?
Nationality wise?
He looks I don't know why. He looks like somebody I've run into before, but I cannot
Hmm.
put my finger on it for the life of anything.
I'm not too sure. He's very low key though. So it's impressive
He
that
is.
you run into him. I don't know. Maybe I can't even I don't even know.
I don't know.
Maybe in a
That
past
weird
life,
like
I
we were
don't.
talking earlier. I don't know. Like we were talking about this before, like with vibe and energy, where
Uh-huh.
like you kind of have this thing where like just somebody just like connects to you as if like they've known you since you were 8.
Yeah.
He
I don't.
I don't know. He's he's so
Hmm.
like native. It's hard to explain this. Like he looks like a very native Brooklyner. Okay, like my grandparents are
Mm.
like this too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you could talk with them and like you know immediately that they were born in like my grandmother was born and raised in Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
like pretty much the same place for like 60 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like you could pick up on that. I don't know.
It's
Maybe it's
the
that low
energy, it's the
key.
vibe. It's the vibe to themselves. There's like a quiet power to them, I would say. Everyone in their shop has their own quiet power. And like each of them, like if I can name one for Fish, it'll be just being able to maneuver in any situation. That's his quiet power. He knows everybody. He knows all the spots. He's just he's, for lack of a better term, the know-it-all guy. You go to him, Fish, you know a guy I could buy a car from? Oh, I got this person, that person, that person. Fish, you know a good spa place? I got this, I got that. He just knows all the spots. P too.
He's from Brooklyn.
He's from Brooklyn, you know what I'm
He's a
saying?
real Brooklyner.
Like
Yeah,
it's
he's a real Brooklyner.
that's his quiet power. And yeah, I don't know. I'm still thinking like where could you have possibly seen him? And I can't tell you. Maybe it's a spot
Well,
you too frequent. Maybe
I my grandmother was an aquatics director at the Borough Park Y.
okay, okay.
I don't know if
Rose
you know.
Park
Do you know where
Y.
that
The
is?
Y in it's in the Bronx, you said?
No, it's in Borough
Borough
Park.
Park? No, I don't know
Hmm.
that place actually.
No, so it's kind of like a YMCA. It's
Hmm.
kind of those old school, like back in the day in New York, they used to have like these like fitness club places
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
And they had like a swimming pool in there. There's a basketball court. They have like dancing classes. They do exercise courts, different stuff like that. I don't know what I just know it as it's called a
The
Y,
Y, yeah.
just the letter Y. Um, my grandmother was an aquatics director there for like over 50
Oh
years,
wow.
and that was kind of one of the things that like hit me really strong is the fact that this lady has worked her entire life. She's like 87,
Um,
and she is in a way so artistic and creative. If you sit down with this lady and
mhm.
you talk to her about swimming, she'll explain to you the angle and the depth some Olympic swim players, on their teams,
Oh wow.
and their stroke pattern and how like the water and the pressure and knowing on how to use the water in order for.
Mhm.
And I'm just sitting there, and this is just this lady of just
Yeah.
years and
Mhm.
years of doing this. I'm just in so much awe.
Yeah. Yeah.
It, like we've said earlier, and I think this is something like kind of just ties in. It's not necessarily about just slapping a paint on a canvas.
Mhm.
Sometimes it literally is somebody literally teaching people to swim,
Yes.
or
Yes.
like
Building, helping
crazy.
fix a car, or teaching from in
Yeah,
my dad's instance, he's a math teacher, teaching kids algebra, teaching kids math, constructing the lesson plan. It's like I love talking to people who have been in their profession for years because you start to pick out like you start to see who actually took the time to perfect their craft, and you appreciate the long hours, the years that went into them perfecting their craft. And you can get so much wisdom from them and take that and apply it into your own craft. So for example, when you were
yeah,
speaking about your grandmother and how like the pressure of the water, the depth and all that, I can tie that into tattooing. How okay, the needle depth, how deep the needle should go, different skin types, different undertones. You can't use certain colors with an olive undertone versus a cool undertone.
like me,
Yeah, right.
like I had with the blue and the green. Yeah,
Exactly. How it's gonna heal up. It's gonna heal up um with your skin tone over it. So you have to use this color. And okay, some people, funny enough, you're gonna think I sound crazy, but I wanted to do research on this, but I can smell different blood types when I tattoo certain people. Okay, this person, this blood type, maybe I shouldn't be using this on them, or I should use this needle grouping on them because of this skin tone. You start to pick
here,
up these things.
here.
I sound like a vampire, but like you
No,
can.
right here.
Oh, it's a
See,
little blurry. Hold on. Let me
I know
see.
it's a little blurry, but it's two hands. The tattoo
Oh wait.
artist that did this one
Uh-huh.
told me the exact same thing that you were talking, because originally she decided to do a very, very thin line
Mhm.
because she was going to do black and white. But I told her, like, it's, so she literally did thin lines
Mhm.
and then mimicked my skin tone to give the illusion that one hand is pink,
Mm.
even though my skin tone is olive,
Mhm.
and the other one is a darker skin tone.
Right, right, right. It's it's
And
beautiful. It's beautiful. Mhm.
that tattoo was probably the most comfortable tattoo I've ever had in my
Oh, that's
entire life.
beautiful.
Like, from start to finish. Like, she was like, "I'm done." I'm like, "What do you mean I'm done?" She's like, "Yeah, it's been 2.5 hours." I'm like, "Really?"
Mhm.
She's like, "Yeah, it's been 2.5 hours." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And like, barely any scabbing, barely any
Yeah.
bruising. I
Yeah.
had a little bit of peeling. It was the strangest tattoo I've ever had in my life. It went from like looking like that when it first was on my skin to literally looking like that
Yeah, yeah.
now.
Man, I wish my camera was working. I have a PC, so the monitor I have doesn't have a camera built in. And like I said, I just got a new webcam, so I still got to figure out how to work it. But I wish I could show you the tattoos I have and my artwork and all that, but hey.
Hey, you know what? Hopefully, I look like not hopefully.
Uh,
I know like you got to figure out your life and you got to figure out your own plans.
mhm.
But if I'm still in New York around the time that you're still there,
Mhm.
you know, it's just an hour and 47-minute
Hey.
subway ride to
Mhm.
Brooklyn.
Yes, yes. Definitely got to make something happen. Definitely got to make it happen.
Free
Yeah.
transfers, hella worth it.
Definitely, definitely. But yeah, this
For sure.
conversation is definitely beautiful. Like being able to tie everything into everything. Like it's a very general
Oh, we're gonna
statement,
do this
but yeah,
again.
definitely we
Oh, we're
have
doing
to.
this again. Like,
We have to.
if I got to drag your ass out to the Bronx and do it in my apartment, hell yeah, we're gonna do it
Hey,
that
I'm
way.
not opposed to it. Might as well. Shoot, Bronx is right there.
Hey,
I'll take a car. I'll take
it
an Uber. Why
is.
not?
It's hilarious because I have my car, and I've been like freaking out, and I've like been messaging ChatGPT and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be the only goddamn motherfucker with a white 14-year-old tan convertible
Ain't nothing wrong with
Mustang.
that. Nothing wrong. That's cool
Ain't
though.
nobody gonna be taking my car and me not noticing.
Exactly
Okay,
that.
like everybody in the block is gonna know whose car that is. All right.
Mind you, like everyone, even though they mind their business in New York, everyone knows whose thing belongs to who. Like, funny enough, I bring my bike to the shop sometimes, and I'll sometimes like I'll leave
You
my
ride?
yeah, I ride a bike, not a motorcycle, but not in New York. I would never ride a motorcycle in New York. It's too dangerous. Only in Texas.
Nah,
But
because I don't think we'd be having this. No,
oh
I'm
yeah,
being serious. I don't think we'd be having this conversation.
yeah,
We would
not
have a memorial for Alma.
that it's super dangerous. Even in Texas, it was super dangerous.
S-
People would try to literally
Well,
hit me
it's
for no
not just
reason.
the cars. It's not just the cars.
Mm-hmm.
It's the potholes.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
you're driving, and all of a sudden you go over just the wrong spot, and then
Oh
bam, your
no.
bike just flips over.
It's crazy. Like I've fallen so many times in New York when I started riding my bicycle. Just because of the potholes, swerving through the potholes, the gates and all, it's not funny at all. But yeah, so
No,
I
no.
is imagine a what, 1,000 pound bike going over a pothole? Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Definitely not. But
No.
like I leave my bike out in the front gate and nobody touches it because they know it belongs to me. They're like, all right, I'm not touching that.
That area,
Mhm.
that area has gotten a lot safer over the years. I
Yeah.
remember years ago, well, like probably 2013, 2014, around that area, you'd
Mhm.
probably find hookers
Oh
starting to,
yeah.
yeah, like
It's still
about
pretty
7 o'clock.
common. It's still pretty common. Not in that area, but in Pennsylvania Avenue. Yeah, you'll see that.
Yeah, but it's not as public as it used to be. Like, I
Nah.
think it's kind of become a little bit more discreet these days because I was walking in Bushwick and there's like paved roads and I'm like, where's the needles? Where's that homeless man vomiting on somebody's Toyota Camry? You
Right.
know, because
It's
this is kind of the stuff you
crazy.
expect.
It's gotten
But
so safe. Like
yeah,
safe, quote unquote
the psycho
gentrified.
mayor, psycho mayor, psycho mayor. when you're gonna kill me. Uh, he
Man,
really is a
man.
psycho. Oh my god, I
Yeah,
don't. Woo!
man. But hey, it's New York, New York, you know. Still gotta love
New
it.
York.
Gotta love
Um, we've been talking this whole time because the tattoo place you work is incredible. Like, if you want to give out a shout out, I know they
it.
got an
Yes,
Instagram
yes,
page and you can reach out.
yes.
Walk-ins, I think, are
Yeah, you
pretty
can
much like
walk
you don't
in.
really need to make an
Oh,
appointment.
nah.
Just walk in.
Inktastic. It's Inktastic double underscore if I'm not mistaken. I'm terrible. I am terrible. I don't know the Instagram page. I should be Inktastic double underscore. INKTASTIC double underscore. And all the artists there
I'll put a link.
definitely appreciate it. It's all the
Yeah.
artists there, wonderful, amazing artists. You any style you want, we can do it. Front, back, left, right, up, down. You know what I'm saying?
Rear, anal,
Yeah, literally,
oral. Yeah.
literally, literally. It's yeah, wonderful artists. You could talk to them. You know, great people all around. So yeah,
A lot of flavors.
a lot of flavors, a lot of flaves, a lot of
A lot of
flaves, a lot of
flaves.
zeros, a lot of Rubens, a lot of bars, a lot.
A lot of fish.
Yep, yep. But yeah, definitely.
Oh my god. I I make it easier for you guys. Anybody that is in the New York area or planning to go out to New York, which I'm sure people are always planning on going out to New York City. I will leave links below, and then Ama, you got an Instagram page. Do
Yes.
you got any other socials?
My other socials, oh dang, I don't post on TikTok. I will start posting on TikTok though, but it will not be tattoo
Okay.
content. It will be lifestyle content actually. Just
Okay.
going around New York, trying different spots out, biking, playing tennis. You know, I do any and everything. Life is all about exploring. So, that'll be my content. A little bit, sprinkling a little bit of tattoos here and there. Why not? You know what I'm saying? But my TikTok, I don't even remember my TikTok page. Shoot, I'm terrible again. It's sage.ama. Sage SAGE.AMA. What else do
And
I
you know
have?
what? To make it easier, if you want afterwards, I'll send you out an email because we need a picture for the podcast.
Gotcha,
Just send over
gotcha.
the links.
No problem, no problem.
This is me like a bonus slash episode. I'm
Mhm.
gonna probably drop at the end of the month.
Awesome, awesome.
Um, but we're gonna get like a nice mugshot. I mean profile picture of you on the podcast
Got it, got it.
in all full glory.
I'll definitely
So
send
yeah,
that to you. I have a bunch of
of
pictures.
course.
But
Mugshot would be great. You
I'll
know.
send over a
I
mugshot.
can't
I'll do
kidding. I'm
that.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'll definitely do that. I'll send you my mugshot I just got in the form of a driver's license. Definitely.
Oh my god, that's the best. I look like a freaking terrorist on my picture. Like,
I'm
and every single
actually,
time people look at it,
uh-huh.
hmm?
You were saying every time people look at it.
They're like, "Whoa!" Because like over there, like I had like a beard and like long hair, and like I
What?
already, you,
I'd
yeah.
love
So
to
like
see
already got
that.
those features. It's terrible. Okay, like even though passport and license pictures are the worst,
Oh
the
man,
worst.
tell me about it. They just snap it. They don't even let you see it afterwards. They don't care. They're just like, all right, one, two, three.
Now
All right, bye.
let's go.
Yeah, yeah. New York accent.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta say, you know what? You gave my homesickness a little healthy dose. I don't feel as
uh,
bad,
I'm glad.
and
I'm
I
glad.
like, and I again like I love representing. So
Yeah.
we in New York right now. This is as New York as you're gonna get for a podcast
Yep.
episode.
New York. New York.
So
Yep.
all right. Listen, thank you so much for coming on.
Anytime.
Links and everything are going to be below. If you want to check out more of the podcast, you can find us at Awesome Pod everywhere and so that motherfuckers catch you next week.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Peace out.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.